just when you want to talk about the whiteboard, pick it up since I don't see the bottom weights.
Sure.
No, you can leave it by Keegan. Let's get your socks out of the way though.
Ta-da!
You can scoot a little. Thank you. Okay.
Why, hello there, sister.
So we're rocking and rolling?
We are. It's on.
Awesome.
So you can intro us.
Welcome back to the Burdick living room. We have a couple special guests today here to talk about 16.2, which looks fantastic for some. So we got 25 toes to bar, 50 double unders, and then squat cleans with ascending weight. 4 minutes around, right?
Right.
Sounds great. Glad I'm not doing this. Yeah, really interesting workout. They kind of looks like they changed it up from last year where people were, bringing in the strong guys to do the heavy lifts, and now this year you got to kind of do all of it together to get to the heavy weights. So what do you guys think?
I like it.
I like it. I hate it. I think it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
No, I think it's going to be I think it's going to separate the strong. I mean, even if you're really strong, it's not going to be hard to get through, I think, those toes to bar and double unders with that time cap that you have. So I think it's really going to come down to the end of who could get through the highest weight. I mean, yeah, you have a little barrier to get through, but it's not going to be hard. Even if you go slow on those movements, it's going to be about the 175 is going to be a big separator, I think, if you can get past that and you've got plenty of time, especially if you bank some time in the beginning. So
Yeah, so the 175 is the fourth bar, so 275 for guys. So yeah, that I agree. That's where we might see a fall off, right?
Yeah.
The fourth bar to who gets to the fifth bar, and then of course there'll be a huge fall off for who finishes it. I do think we're going to see females finishing it, absolutely. I think there'll be more guys finishing it. Just the way, like what Keegan was saying, like they made it look easy on the show. So it's by no means going to be like, oh yeah, people are going to finish this one like crazy, but don't be surprised to see, I would say, a handful of people in every region at least.
Yeah,
I would say.
absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, I looked at this and I was like, oh, this is perfect for Jackie and I to talk about because I think both of us would gravitate to a different side of this workout. I know I envy her toe to bar ability to string them together. So it's a weakness I've been working on, especially in high volume. And for me, looking at those weights, I wouldn't say easy, but they're weights I'm confident with. Yeah. With the last bar being a weight that is doable, uncomfortable, and I just hope that I get to it. That's where I want to have enough time through the toe to bar that I can get to that.
I just think it's a really messed up workout because someone like me will fly through toe to bar double unders, but it doesn't matter. I could fly through. I'm stuck at 175. No matter what, I'm not going to get past 175, and maybe I'll have one. Maybe, and the 145 is going to be heavy for me. So somebody that's stronger is going to be able to get through double unders and toes to bar and have the advantage. So there's a huge disadvantage for someone like me because I'm maxed out. I'm done. There's just no more going on. Even if you go slower, you still can get farther. You're still going to get more points.
I think there's an interesting, I don't know if I want to say parallel, but there's an interesting kind of similarity between looking at the very first week where there got a point with everybody where you're just like, I can't go faster than this pace, right? It was like, some people, it looked a lot faster than others, but it's like, this is all that I have and I'm gonna just keep pushing through this. And when people were begging you to go faster, it was like, this is where I am at. And in here, same thing, you're gonna get to, some athletes are gonna get to a bar where you can beg them all you want to get and approach that bar, and they're like, this is my 90% or my 1 rep max or whatever. I'm going to be yelling at Jackie to get through 175 to get her to 205, but
I know I can barely deadlift 205,
right?
So
that's where we might see some people where it's like, cool, now what? With some of the jumps. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I think on the other side of that, and I don't CrossFit by any means. I did for a while. It's not my thing. Sometimes I hang out with Katie if she asks politely. But like the weights on there wouldn't be that big of a deal for me. 315 squat cleans would never happen. So.
Good point.
But toes to bar for me would be a pain in the ass.
Right.
Like I'm just not good at them.
But I think that somebody that's that strong has been doing CrossFit for a long time, even if you do sets of 5, and that's when we talk about strategizing, you have to be honest with yourself on how you're going to strategize your toes to bar. If they are not your thing, and once they're gone, you've got to be really careful because you don't want the toe to bar to be your limiting factor. If you know you can squat clean 205, that would be horrible to get stuck on that or not get through because once your grip is gone, you can't find grip anymore, and it's almost limiting. Just like the clean, you could try all you want, but there is nothing there.
Yeah.
So you have to be smart. If 25 is a lot for you, go in sets of 5. If you go 5, come down 3 breaths and get back up. You're better off. Never go to fatigue. Never go to you can't do anymore.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely stupid. And don't even get close to it, because what's 3 seconds jumping off the bar to get back on to prevent that?
Yeah, I think the more important thing for someone that's looking at these bottom weights and like, yeah, that's the bar I want to get to, is to remember that it's not a 25 rep toe to bar workout. It's a 100 or, like 75 or 100, depending on what bar you're looking at, 125 even, right? That's what we end up at here. So you have to look at, like Jackie's saying, the cumulative effect of that many toe to bar in your world. Like, do you do days of 100 and plus toe to bar?
Yeah.
If so, what are the sets like? I think someone like myself, I have a max toe to bar of a little over 30 reps, whereas someone like Jackie can do 20s plus in workouts.
Easy.
Not saying you're gonna do that here. And so totally different spectrum. So I know that I have been in that volume, but I also know how I got there, and it was with smaller sets, 5s, 6s, things like that. So that's something to
even for me, toe to bar is my thing, and I could do like 40 in a row unbroken, but I would never on a workout like this even play with that. Like I said, once your grip is gone, it's gone. Just like the burpees, you can't go faster. That's all you have. You get to a point where that is it. So you never want to reach that point. You'd rather save a little bit and have it than hit complete failure, because then you're just jumping up doing 1 and you're just wasting time and wasting energy. So I'm gonna go 15 and 10. Nice, easy double unders, probably unbroken depending on how they feel, and if they break, it's not that big of a deal. 50 double unders takes 30 seconds. That's nothing. Obviously, on the squat cleans, you saw the guys dump every single one. Why the hell would you hold on to it if you're just wasting all that grip on the way down? Just dump it. Make sure your weights don't bounce. Make sure they're heavy weights. And
I think nice and easy, what you just said is a good way to look at it, because you certainly have enough time, I think, to go through the first few rounds without getting your heart rate up because you're rushing to get through stuff. You can take your time, do the toes to bar, walk over to the your rope, nice and easy double unders. I mean, depending on your skill level, breathe through them. Like, you don't have to hammer through 50 like you're running out of time, and then get to the squat cleans, do singles, keep breathing. And then there's certainly going to come a point for some people maybe where they have to get going on double unders and then get to the squat cleans and kind of just hammer it out and whatever
without
they got
much
left.
break.
But like for you, I mean, you know where you can go, so you don't need to go so fast in the first 3 rounds.
Why would you even? 4 minutes is a long time to get through 1 round of that. You're gonna have, you're gonna bank a minute. I feel like everyone's gonna bank a minute. Double unders, again, just like the toes to bar, be honest with yourself on your level. There's nothing wrong with breaking those up. It's a few seconds of rest. The lower you can keep your heart rate, of course, the better if you're going to approach that bar and if it's kind of heavy for you. But on the double under, especially if they're not your thing, slow down. And I know it sounds stupid, but slow down. Like, everyone thinks they have to go and your heart rate jacks up. Breathe as you move. Go slow. You cannot go any faster. There's no need to go super fast on those, because 3 seconds doesn't mean anything. Give yourself 30 to 40 seconds on that.
Especially if you trip up, you get in your own head, and before you know it, you trip up 2-3
That's the worst
times.
thing. It's just the anxiety and then the trip up, and that makes it 10 times worse. But if you just slow down and focus, that's what most people don't do, is you're so focused on the reps, what's next, and you forget to focus on your breathing. The only thing that keeps you in the moment or keeps you going is to focus on your next breath, not your next rep, not because it's already there. You don't have to worry about that. Just your breathing is everything on something like toes to bar. And then the bar is the bar. You just approach it, and you need to know, like I always tell people in classes, don't just go and rest until you feel like you're ready to go, because you're never going to be ready to go. You count yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, pick up the bar again. If it's not that heavy, 3, 2, go. At 85, we're probably going to follow the bar down, do another one, follow the bar down. As it gets heavier, your game plan is going to change. I'm going to go to 3 seconds, and it's going to get heavier, I'm going to go to 5. 175 is going to be like Hail Mary. Like, let's hope I can get that.
She can get it.
We'll see.
We know it. One thing I was thinking of, and this might be obvious, but it could be when you're in the heat of the moment, they're calling for your heat to go, and you're trying to get lined up with one of your training partners, you want to go at the same time, and then I love that this time you get to have someone help you with your weight. So at our gym, we thankfully have a lot of space when there's not classes going on. We have a lot of equipment. Shoot, I might even just have my bars set up and have someone there to roll the bars into place. But if that's not a luxury that you have, if someone's going to be changing your weights, go through, sit down with that person and make sure that the weights are going to be correct, and do the math together, and have a judge standing there and approving it. because the last thing you want is a confused weight loader, or one side is off, or at the end of the workout you come to find out you did one weight twice, or that bar missed. You're going to be furious, and that person's going to feel terrible. So do your due diligence, sit down with them, have the weights laid out in a very easy to follow way so that they know exactly what's coming on or off the bar between rounds.
Yeah.
It was one of those things that you're going to look back and seriously regret if you have to redo all those toe to bar because you got to the 205 and it ended up being, 195 or whatever it was. So keep little things like that in mind.
Don't lose your best friend because you load the bar wrong.
Yeah.
Don't put a clip on, do something like that. Make sure you guys have a plan and go into, CrossFit doesn't usually throw a softball up like this all the time.
No, exactly. And it was same thing with something simple. We always, with something like double under, keep an extra rope close by.
Absolutely.
Really easy to do. In the heat of the moment, you throw it down and something breaks, or you step on it on a miss and you pull out the string. Just have one close by. I've watched a teammate literally run across the gym last year to go get a rope out of his bag, and I was like, on the clock. So don't be that guy.
Yeah, depending on how you set it up too, I keep chalk by the toes to bar and the squat cleans.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to
Don't
run back to your
toe to
bar or vice versa.
Good call.
To get chalk.
Yeah, but like we said, this workout's even hard for us to talk about because it depends on every athlete is going to be different on this workout. It's almost hard to even predict what's going to happen because I don't know. It's just
I think a lot of strategies
weird.
are going to look different.
Dan Bailey went out of his way to almost make it look easy. So
and that's why you can't even look at that.
Might screw some people up,
that never. You cannot go out the gate with that many toes to bar and expect to keep going like that. It's just not going to happen unless you're a games athlete, sure. But most of us are not. So that game plan is not going to work. But I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be definitely one that you could do again. Don't shred your hands. Make sure that you tape.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bar into grip on the bar, so that'd be stupid to not tape when it's not going to affect anything else.
Yeah, I agree. I always wear hand wraps with that kind of volume.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd be wary of the core too. Just during warm-ups, make sure you kind of, I don't want to say fatigue your core, but make sure you know what it kind of feels like going from toes to bar to picking up a heavier weight because it's going to feel a little different than just doing your standard squat clean at the beginning of your workout before you're fatigued.
Yeah, no, warm-up's a huge deal. I think people especially because it could be a long workout, people kind of skip out on warm-up. Warm-up's really important for your shoulders, for your double unders.
Yep.
You want to be warm enough to be able to hit those. You don't want to be tripping up in the beginning because you haven't warmed them up or your ankles aren't warm. I know Power Athlete HQ has a Train Heroic warm-up little thing that I did on the last workout. It was actually kind of cool because it's really simple, like dead bugs, just all these things just to warm you up from your core and then to extremity, which is absolutely what you need on a workout like this. This is going to tax your midline, and it just sucks that the video that they did doesn't show at all what it's going to be like. You're like, that was no big deal. It's like, absolutely not. That's going to be a huge deal.
Yeah, you're going to have to warm up the weights too because you're not going to want to get to 145, 175, 205.
We've got 30-pound jumps on a lot of them.
225, 275, and be like, I have no idea what this feels like right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, do make a plan for your warm-up. Make sure you're, you know exactly what you're going to do. Casey Bear, what do you think? You like this workout. What's your strategy?
So I'm going to go little sets on the toes to bar, like maybe 5.
5.
And then I'm doing the singles instead of double unders.
Right.
But those are going to be easy.
50, not too bad?
Yeah, not too bad.
Cool.
Then the squat cleans, I'm going to break them all.
Yeah, break them up. Yeah, because it's not, is 15, maybe it's not a ton of reps for you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, break them up, do singles. We're going to post a burdickchicks workout after they do it tomorrow. They took a rest day today. So if you're not excited, what part are you not excited about? The toe to bar, the double under / single under, or the squat clean? Which part are you not excited?
Squat clean, I hate squat.
I'm sure you're not alone.
Squat.
Okay, you're not alone out there. You have a pretty good squat.
Have you seen these chicken legs? Have you seen these little things?
You're on Team Jackie
I
with
have
chicken
more to
legs?
worry about here. Yeah, you're on my team and Casey's with
Well, what are you going to do? You're going to gear up, maybe put on your slingshot knee sleeves. That'll help you bounce out of the bottom. Maybe your slingshot gangster wrap belt.
Definitely.
I think if we warm up that squat clean, right?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Then get your junk headband too.
Junk headband,
Head to toe in gear.
Oh yeah, do you have a strategy with the black marker, Keegan?
I don't have the black marker.
No? Can you explain it to us? What are you thinking?
So I would cross out the squat planes.
Oh, you're modifying the workout.
I would change it to 100 double unders or 100 single unders. I would not do squat cleans.
Darn it.
All of
We're
that.
not allowed to do that in the open though, Soph. Otherwise I would have crossed off burpees last week. Well,
I would cross out burpees too. And I would do minus a max 20 minutes. I don't want to do that.
nice.
I don't want to do 20
Well,
minutes.
we're
I'd rather
bummed.
do 5.
We're bummed we didn't have no pants with us this week, but I think her relax the face cue could actually
Yeah.
work on the
Yeah,
toe bar.
totally.
So I'm gonna steal that, and we'll have no pants with us back next week,
I think
right?
that would apply to double unders too.
Relax the face at all times.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. Thank
Thanks,
you to
guys.
the Burdick Chicks.
Thanks.
I'll see you next week.